How's it going, YouTube? This is Wake Run Collapse. Welcome back to my Through the Years series, where I look over all Japanese artwork and cards that I have for a particular Pokemon since they were first introduced into the TCG in Japan. As per the usual, if you do enjoy this video, if you do enjoy this series, make sure you hit that like button down below, and of course leave a comment for which Pokemon you'd like to see featured in a future installment of this series. If you find a Pokemon that you would like to see already in the comment section, give that person a thumbs up. It's a great way for me to disseminate what people are interested in, and helps people rally and create discussion amongst each other about maybe some of the cards that they might enjoy. For this week's episode, we're going to be talking about Gardevoir. There's much ado about Gardevoir in the TCG these days, especially since it hit in Tidal Storm, and then they just decided to print as many EXs and GXs and what have you as humanly possible, because apparently it sells, and I have my own issues with that. But we're going to go through all the cards, starting from the beginning of time for Gardevoir. I have 28 of the 30 cards that have been printed in Japanese for Gardevoir. I'm missing a deck card, I think, from 3rd Gen, and then a deck reprint in 5th Gen from the Master Deck build. So if you want to see those cards in particular, feel free to check them out on Bulbapedia. If you search in Google, I think, under Gardevoir TCG, it should show you as the first result every card that ever existed for it. But in this form, you get to see it in video and see them all chronologically. Or at least pretty close to chronologically. I don't know how messed up it might be. Anyways, so we've got our first Gardevoir card here. Pretty plain Jane. This is from EX Ruby and Sapphire, or base expansion pack for 3rd Gen. Holographic, of course, and this is going to be a trend for a little while. Next up, we have Gardevoir Old School EX, or Gardevoir EX as it was known at the time. This is Miracle of the Desert. Didn't waste much time at all making this card. Next up, we have a Delta Species Gardevoir Holo. This is from Holon Research Tower, one of my absolute favorite sets. If for some reason somebody has a booster box of Holon Research Tower sitting around in their attic and they want to sell it to me for like $100, $150, you feel free and let me know, and I will happily open it on the channel, but I feel like that's never going to happen. This is another Delta Species Gardevoir EX. This time it's Fire type. This is from the Imprison Gardevoir EX Standard Construction deck. I think it was featured right in the window of this particular deck if you find it sealed. But it's a pretty awesome card. I've had a few copies of this in my lifetime. Next up is another Gardevoir Holo, but this one you probably haven't seen much. This is from the World Champions pack. Got a really nice artwork in holographic pattern on this card. It's pretty fantastic. Next up is the Dawn Dash Gardevoir Holo, which might look fairly familiar if you've been following along with the channel. You know that I pulled this card yesterday in my Booster Pack Frenzy episode. It's a pretty nice, cool color scheme, but it's not the only Gardevoir card from that set. It's also got a Gardevoir Level X. Pretty groovy. A lot of the level X's are kind of forgotten these days, so I'd love to maybe make some more collection videos regarding level X's and their place in my collection. So next up, we've got a holographic Gardevoir from Galactic's Conquest Platinum Series 1. And then we had to wait all the way until Hail Blizzard to see the next Gardevoir, and of course, true to form, it's holographic. I feel like this is something that always happened with Gardevoir. But after Black and White 3 came Black and White 4, and an absolute stunner of a Gardevoir card, the Shiny Gardevoir. This is just barely my second favorite Gardevoir card, and depending on the time of day and what's going on, this might be my favorite Gardevoir card. Absolutely gorgeous attention to detail on the card. Really, really fascinating. Oh, it is something else. Gardevoir took a very slight step back in Shiny collection with an extremely overpowering uncommon version of this card, but you really can't call this non-holographic because it is only holographic. It's more holographic than it is a TCG card. It's insane. But that was Shiny collection for you. And those are maybe all the cards that you might have missed if you've not been collecting Gardevoir for more than a couple of years. And then we get crazy. So here is your Gardevoir EX from Tidal Storm. Pretty cool. And the Mega Gardevoir EX as well with Brilliant Arrow Attack. And of course, each version had a full art form in Tidal Storm. Sorry, I didn't mean for that to rhyme. Just a happy accident. Got the regular Gardevoir full art here. A really strong purple background. Whoa, super purple. I'm not going to do that with every card. I should, though. And there's the Mega Gardevoir full art as well. Light out just a little bit. Pretty sweet stuff. Then we've got this Gardevoir Holo from Bandit Ring, which I think was fairly popular at the time, too. I don't know about playability, but a lot of people wanted the card from me when I pulled a whole bunch of them from my case. Another cool color scheme in that card. Next up, we've got the Gardevoir EX Full Art from Pokecune Collection, featuring a couple of pre-evolutions as well, and then those little bows on the side. I remember somebody once explained to me what they were from, but they hold no relevance outside of Pokecune and the TCG. So it's slipped my mind since then. And then you've got the Mega Gardevoir EX Full Art. Pretty cool seeing the regular and the shiny versions right in the same card. Definitely another one of my favorite Gardevoirs. And then things get nuts. So now you have Gardevoir EX from Cruel Trader. As if the fairy type Gardevoir invasion wasn't fully completed. Got this set with 5 Gardevoir cards. Second one right here with the Mega Gardevoir EX. Rocking out with that Despair Ray. First full art of the set, another Gardevoir EX full art with a purple background, but a pretty cool one. You know, take your pick whether you prefer this one versus the other one. I know that there's been plenty of discussion regarding that. But I get to now, thankfully, show you my favorite Gardevoir card. This is the Mega Gardevoir EX Full Art card with Despair Rare. This is a 5-band graphics card. Maybe not some people's favorite type of card. Maybe not some people's favorite type of creator for cards, given that it's so computer generated. But I absolutely cannot get enough of this card. Just a beautiful design from top to bottom. Really impressed when I first saw it. Still impressive to see it live now. But I did say 5 cards in this set because Cruel Trader also had the ultra rare Gardevoir EX with that gold border. Now, that Gardevoir and Mega Gardevoir were reprinted as well in the Best of X and Y. So I'm realizing this is now a little bit out of order, but I don't mind so much because it adds a little bit of fun and prestige to the end of this when you get to see the darkness that consumes light. Actually, is that out of order? Maybe it's not. No, I guess it's not because that was released alongside SM2 Plus. So yes, Gardevoir GX. I guess I did have it in order. Look out, world. Gardevoir GX. Definitely a different style of design on this card. But GXs in general are stylistically, they differ quite a bit from what you've been seeing with EX cards. So that's the double rare version. Here's your super rare version, the Gardevoir GX Full Art. Nothing particularly special in my mind, but still, a good, clean-looking card. Pretty typical for the regular full arts these days. And, of course, you've got, for the last card in the Gardevoir Pantheon, this Gardevoir GX Hyper Rare. And my friends, that is going to do it for today's episode. Again, make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And if you're new to the channel and want to subscribe and see some more stuff, I would greatly appreciate it. I upload Japanese openings and collection-based things, sale videos, etc., etc., every day, if at all possible. And of course, make sure you drop down into the comment section below. If you want to share your favorite Gardevoir cards that you saw in this video, feel free to do so. If you want to talk about what card or Pokemon you'd like to see featured in a future installment of this series, make sure you do that as well. Thank you as always for your continued support. I'll see you back here tomorrow for stacks of packs.